Blah, blah, blah. Let's go. All right, everybody. We're on the air. You have to forgive me. I've had a rather eventful day. Some of you will have heard the news by now. There was a shooting at a school, and it happened about 10 miles from where I work, so it was pretty close to home. Spent a bit of the day working on that kind of stuff, trying to make sure that the people at the place where I work were taken care of, and only had a few people that were affected by it in any way, and luckily nobody's directly affected by it, so I'm very thankful for that. And you know, I felt like it was important to have that discussion with my family, so when I came home from work tonight, we all gathered together and had a long talk about the idea of run, hide, fight, and what you should do in the event that something like that happens where you're at. And you know, knowing is part of it. I'm happy to know that my daughter's school already gave her that training at some level, so they've already talked to the kids about this. So it was no surprise to her, kind of a refresher. But you know, I don't know, just to make me feel better about myself, I had that conversation. So that's why I'm a little late getting up here and getting started. Have to just roll with the punches and keep going. But yeah, the show goes on. We got some grand arenas to do tonight, so we're gonna get those done. I haven't had a chance to look. I have no idea what's going on. No planning time for me, so we're gonna go in there cold and see what we can sort out. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, my microphone turned on. I turned it on and I said something and it never registered. So I said blah, blah, blah to see if it registered. Yeah. And apparently it did. It picked up. So there you go. I hope you and your family are doing well considering the circumstances, says Griff. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. My daughter doesn't seem to be like worried about it or have any anxiety about going to school tomorrow, so I think we're fine. Sadly, this is why we have lockdown drills in my school. Yeah, David, that's true. But you know, the schools that do that kind of stuff, it is a deterrent as well as training, because if somebody is thinking about being a shooter and they know that all the students are trained to run away and hide, then you know, at some point it does become a deterrent for that to happen. So I had to watch the run and hide fight training video at my old job, says Nick Wilson. Yeah, and these videos aren't always great and professionally done, and sometimes you sit in your safety trainings and you kind of roll your eyes and you're like, oh, it's cheesy. But if it does happen, you'll remember that stuff. You'll remember this idea of running away and hiding. And the only thing I can say is if you do decide to fight, you got to commit. You can't just like take one punch at a guy and hope that it hits. I mean, if you decide and you have no other option but to fight, you got to go all in and act like you're an MMA fighter and just go nuts. Because if that's the case, you're in, somebody's going to get hurt. It could be you. But if 3 or 4 people just jump on a guy all together and you just commit to it, they'll go down. Of course, that's the last line of defense. That's what you want to do if nothing else works and he's got you cornered. That's certainly not the first line of defense for people, but it's apparently happened in the past where people try the fight part and they don't commit or they're not serious about it, and yeah, that's no. You got to pick up a chair or a fire extinguisher and really plan to do some damage if you're in that situation, because half measures won't work. The person holding the gun certainly isn't taking a half measure. So anyway, I don't want to give people bad advice on this channel. I don't want to tell you how to react. All I want to say is, you know, go look at these things for yourself, educate yourself if you haven't already had the training, And, you know, it'll come to mind if you're ever in a moment where it's appropriate. Or at least it's more likely to come to mind. And it'll give you peace of mind to know that your kids know what to do. So have that conversation with your family. That's my public service announcement. It's interesting. I looked up videos, and there's a few schools that have videotaped their training and published it on YouTube. And I thought that's really a clever idea, because then if a parent says, "What are you doing to help keep my kids safe?" they could just say, "This is the training we do. It's on the internet. You can actually go click this button and watch us do the training for the kids." I thought that was very powerful. That would be an excellent thing for a lot of schools to do. You know, just to have that up as public information. And it's so easy to answer the question, "What are you guys doing for my kid?" Well, this. Just go click a button and watch. It's this. So, I don't know if that was pretty clever. TK is in the house. ATK. Storm Pooper says, "Yeah, we did it at my work too, and that sobering video." Yeah. New song in the background. I don't know. Did I change my song? I may have changed my song. I'm not entirely sure. Somebody was complaining that one of my songs was too intense, so I did change a couple of the songs, but I thought that was only on the presentation video and whatnot. But who knows? Maybe I changed it elsewhere as well. One of my coworkers is a gun nut and also eat hot dogs with a fork and knife, so I have my concerns. I've had to report an employee to corporate security before with concerns of violence, and they actually have a little psych test that they go through, and some of the questions they ask are, you know, have you seen a change in the person's behavior? Have they stopped taking care of themselves? Are they, you know, so there's a whole series of questions like that. So what you find out is the people who are like just goofy, you know, tinfoil hat people, typically aren't dangerous because they've been that way for a long time, and being goofy is no change in behavior for them. So that if they've done it in the past without being dangerous, then the likelihood is they'll continue going forward without being dangerous. But it's when people's behavior changes, and especially if it changes in a way where they appear to stop caring about themselves, stop caring for themselves, that's when they become truly dangerous. Or at least that's what, you know, the evaluation said that I've worked with in the past. But yeah, no, I mean, if you've got concerns about somebody for real, I think you're probably making a joke about this person, but if you have concerns for real, most companies have a security group. If they're a big company or if they're a small company, they have access to somebody who can give advice. So don't let that stuff go by. If you really do seriously have a concern, report it, escalate it, take it seriously, make sure somebody takes it seriously. And, you know, if it's overreacting and it's nothing, then fine. But if it's not overreacting, you know, you may save lives. So, yeah. Anyway, I could talk all day about safety stuff because I actually like this stuff. I've spent a lot of my career working on safety things, learning, putting together training, doing presentations, and trying to educate people as much as I can. So it's a topic that's dear to my heart. Not appropriate for a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes channel, though, I suppose, so I better move on. Be wary of anyone eating a hot dog with a knife. Oh, Papa just called. Tell him we're all okay. Tell him we're all okay. Nothing to worry about. So that's my wife. Her dad's calling. Her dad's calling us. So, alrighty. Well, because I got home late, I really didn't have time to organize a topic for conversation. I didn't really have time to look up accounts for review and get that stuff set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off a couple questions from the Ask Loquitur section, which I think are in some cases pretty fun to answer. So we'll go over a few of those and then we'll jump right into the Grand Arena. How's that sound, guys? Good? If anybody has a complaint, register it with the comment section. So one of the questions that I've gotten quite a bit is about, still get a lot of questions about the early game. And I know I'm probably talking to a bunch of people who've already heard this and watched the other videos. But when I talk about prioritizing pilots at first over everything else, and let's say, for instance, we're talking about the Geos versus the Phoenix, and I get these questions a lot. Like, I'm trying to work on my Geos, but my Phoenix aren't finished yet. That's fine. Put the Phoenix on the back burner, work on Geos. So recently a question came up in a different way and said, look, can you really get #1 in fleet for the first 6 months? And my answer to that was, well, no, not really. I mean, it took me 5 months of play. I think it was week 21. So right at 5 months of play, when I relicked my spy, is the first time that I achieved #1 in my shard in fleet. So knowing that at that point I'd already spent like $60 on the game and was a little bit ahead of the curve as far as all of that goes, then I would say, yeah, 6 months is a good marker. But it doesn't mean only work on Geos for the first 6 months. It just means if you've got Geos and also Phoenix, you should be putting gear on the Geos before you put gear on the Phoenix. They should hit gear 9 before the Phoenix hits gear 8, right? You should not be gearing up Phoenix and using gear on them that the Geos need. That's the key. The team that you're focusing on, and this works later on, right? Let's go into my Loquitur account and take a look at that, and I'll show you an example. So if we go in here and we look at my roster, like there's characters down here that I could upgrade. No problem. I could hit this upgrade button. He's close to upgrade, probably needs 2 of these Carbantis in some way. Yeah, he needs a Carbanti here and a stun gun here that requires a Carbanti. So, you know, he's like 1 Carbanti away from clicking the button. But remember, even though these characters are already geared up, I still have to gear my Sith Eternal Emperor. So for right now, everything's on hold. I'm not going to invest in any characters that are not on the Sith Eternal journey until I level up my Sith Eternal, because that's my current project. Once he goes past the gear level that all these guys are at, then I can go back down here and add gear. So if you're working on a Galactic Legend and, you know, you're trying to get your next character to gear 12 in order to work on gear 13 to work toward your Galactic Legend, whatever your project is, your other characters shouldn't be getting gear until your main project is geared up past them. So that's the big thing. And yes, it's probably going to take you 5 to 6 months in some cases before you can land that top spot in fleet. But yeah, until then, you're sinking resources into your Geos as pilots, and you're really trying to get that top spot in fleet. And you're investing in Tarkin if you need to invest in Tarkin. So it just means, let's say you're going to work on troopers for the Techno Union, and you say, okay, fine, my troopers are going to pass up my Geos. Well, if you don't have your fleet under control and your Geos are like gear 10, and you're taking your group troopers to gear 11, and you're 26th in fleet, my proposal is keep working on the Geos until you're number 6 in fleet. You know, top 10 in fleet is fine. That's good credits. Top 5 is where you really step up into the good credit and crystal income. So that's what I mean by that, and I think people misinterpret that. But I'll keep answering the question until it's generally understood. All right, I'm in the top some days, #1, thanks to your guide, and it only took me 3 months, but I did get a hyperdrive bundle 2 months in. Yeah, no, that's great. That's perfect. And if you get the hyperdrive bundle, It's about paying attention in the right way so that you don't lose your fleet placement. Because just the fact that you can level your ships and your characters to 85 already puts you ahead in fleet. So then, keep working on it and don't lose it, Yeah, 3 months in with the hyperdrive bundle is perfect. That's good stuff. Arva's here. Hey, Arva. Good to have you here. Hitting the upgrade button is so tempting when you're OCD. Yeah. Satan's Demon says, I felt that, Nick. I'm OCD along with you. It's awful. If the character is going to be used with your Galactic Legend, Watt Armorer, is it okay to commit resources to them while farming toward the GL? Yes. I mean, if it is directly part of your project, if you're saying this is directly part of what I'm doing, then yeah. Absolutely. You could commit gear to that then. Because it's, let's say, it may not be part of the Galactic Legend journey, but it's part of what you're planning for the Galactic Legend team. And that's exactly the case on my main account, right? So if we switch over to the main account and you look at Vandor Chewbacca, I'm planning to use Vandor with the Rey team when I get Rey. So you'll see Vandor's being built here, and he's part of the team that I'm trying to build for Rey. So he becomes part of that journey. But again, the Resistance characters get their gear first so that I can get them to gear 13. I may take a detour to get DACA to Relic for a different reason. But yeah, so I'm getting these guys ahead on gear, but then bringing it down here and following up with IG and Vandor. Griff says, what's up with IG-11 being a favorite? Plans for BAM or just going to run with the vendor and Queel Scoundrel teams? Yeah, exactly. So I'm starting to position my account for the next round of 3v3. And I had Stormtrooper Han with Vandor and Queel. And I want to be able to put IG-11, Vandor, and Queel. There's no lead, but just those three characters, even with no leadership, it's fine by me. It'll be a sticky little team for an opponent to have to deal with. And their gear is bad, so they'll be, it won't be too hard to deal with. But in 3v3s, when you're running out of teams and you have to deal with that, it's, you got to throw something at it because they got regeneration, they got tons of stats. It's, yeah, I think it'll surprise some people. So yeah, I'm bringing up IG-11. And I want Executor on this account someday, so to do that, you need Beskar, you need IG, you need Cara Dune. I'm not willing to commit to Cara Dune yet and all that, but I do have Queel, I do have IG, and I am working on the Armorer, so, maybe someday that Razor Crest and the Mandalorian will be within reach for me to go for the Executor. I'm just past where you're at, DL, done with Tier 1 of C event, but while getting Mark 12 mats for the last relics, everything got hoarded, have almost 600 stun guns, don't touch that green plus. Yeah, exactly, because when you get that Galactic Legend, you just want him to slide right up to gear 13. You don't want to get a Galactic Legend in your account and have him stuck at gear 8 waiting on a stun gun. That's exactly right. I put my Geos and a Relic 4 crew on the defense. My opponent is screwed. He has one decent Geo team and no Zeta Vader. That's nice. It's always good if you think you've got a team they can't beat. That's awesome. Make sure you hit the like button. Thanks for that reminder. I'm about to farm tickets for SLKR after second finalizer event this month. Been hard work since March with 7-star first order tunes, crunching shock prods, and battle computer salvage to get him to R7. Yep, it's definitely a journey. All right. I'll need Watt and armor to help counter the SLKR. Yeah, that's right, Nick Wilson. The armor helps a lot against SLKR. If you get that 3-stack and make your C immune to crits, then you got it won at that point. Jeff Miller says, African or European swallow. Nice. He caught the reference. That's awesome. I don't know. I guess I go into the pit of despair. That's another reference to a different movie. I have to say I'm falling in love with Gas. I unlocked him like 3 or 4 days ago. He's gear 9 now and beats up fully Relic, Revan, and Malak teams. Nice. Why do you have the Jedi Consular bookmarked? Because I like farming off of my favorites. So if I go to Jedi Consular and click a ship, then I am farming the Hyena Bomber. It's a shortcut to the Hyena Bomber because Loquitur's too lazy to click on ships and farm them, so I pull the character up. IG-86 is Vulture Droid, right there. And there's one more here, Wrecker. Wrecker is the BTLB Y-Wing. So I can farm all these ships by pulling up the relevant character. So I just shortcut it. That's why they're on favorites, so that I can farm all my stuff right off of here. I just noticed this. My 5s is only level 73. What? I need to 85 this guy and skill him up. Yikes. I didn't even realize that. I'm using him as a fill-in for my 5th on my Padme team. I could at least give him the courtesy of putting him at 85 and giving him some skills. Whoopsie. All right, and Vandor's only level 82. We can just top him off right here. I don't need to wait for the upgrade video to do that. Get him going. We'll correct the 5 mistakes in the next, the 5's mistake in the next update. That 1 dot mod on 5s though. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's still got, look at this 4 dot and 5 dot mods. He's still got. He was my best character at level 73, right? Yeah, clearly I haven't touched him in a long time, so need to open up the screen and take a look. Yeah, well, I'll put that on the list of things to do for this week. 5s. F-I-V-E-S. 5s. Let's get him fixed. Nice. What's your favorite color? Black. Black is my favorite color. And I answered that one correctly, so you can't throw me off the bridge. Sandbagging my GP with a level 73 5s? Yeah. Can Dooku solo be viable with Armorer instead of Watt? Never tried it. Armorer has such high priority now. She is like literally the world's #1 most wanted to the AI. So if you were to put Dooku and Armorer together in a battle against Geos, I feel like the Geos would just jump on the Armorer and keep her ability blocked the whole time, and you'd never get to use her. Watt you get to use because he gets that free turn before anybody goes. But I think if you used Armorer, you'd either get 2 stacks because she's fast enough, or she would just get killed by every team before she ever had a chance to go off. So, yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be a bad move if you could get 3 stacks onto Dooku. I just don't think Armorer would do it because they're just going to attack. I mean, the reason Armorer works like in a C comp is because you put a couple tanks in there. 1 or potentially 2 tanks. So that, you know, SLKR doesn't have a mechanic to get past taunt right away. He's at least got to stab somebody with taunt to get the buffs off of him. So it buys enough time for that Armorer to activate. But just her with Dooku, I think she'd get gacked before she had a chance to do anything helpful. He is not a level 85 since a lot of days. Yeah, that's right. Arva says didn't expect him to be that much of a hard counter. All right, quit advertising gas. Yeah, I love those mods on 5's DL, yeah. All movies start with black and logos. The Armorer is useful enough with 2 stacks. It's not bad with 2 stacks. 3 stacks gives you the counterattack and you don't get crit, so that's the gravy on top. But if she was fast enough to just drop 2 stacks onto Dooku, what would that do? So let's take this skill to 8. 2 stacks would be extra defense and health, recover 30% protection at the end of the turn. If your Dooku is built for tenacity, that's probably enough. As long as he's not getting debuffs all over him. The nice thing about the Watt buff, the Watt armor tech gets rid of debuffs. It clears debuffs. Where's my Watt? So yeah, the great thing about this, and Dispel own debuffs. That's why the Watt thing is so good with solos like Dooku, because if they do manage to land a stun, a daze, healing immunity, that kind of stuff, it just gets removed. And you can continue to do your thing. How soon does the game allow you to leave a starter guild? I think you can leave the starter guild immediately. I mean, I think the moment I got in the starter guild, I immediately joined another guild. As soon as you leave the guild, I think there's a cooldown. Maybe somebody knows off the top of their head. I can't remember if it's a full 24 hours before you can join another guild. But you quit, and then it puts you on cooldown for a certain amount of time before you can join another guild. I think it's a day. It might be less. But that's what I've got in my mind. You quit one day and you find a guild the next day. Arva says he's my new toy and I won't get another one till JMK. Yeah. Nick says my plan is to run C with Watt armor, Set, and Thrawn. Let SLKR take Set down past 60%. Give that to the armor. Thrawn swaps turns and then hit auto. That'll work. That'll mostly work. I had it pointed out to me, and I did a little bit of research and have confirmed. I don't know if they've fixed this bug, but if you put it in auto, if your C does the big lightning spell against SLKR while he's in his ultimate, it can bug the game out and lock it up, and you'll lose. So once you get that put on, I've just been taking all my battles to the point where I go into my ult and then do the first shock, and then I put it in auto basic to kill SLKR. So that's the only thing. The game would work in auto from that point on, but just be aware that there's a bug, and I don't know if it's fixed, where if you put it in auto, you still might lose. The GC timer isn't running? Yeah, okay. I remember when I started playing, it was in a starter guild. We'd be doing raids or something, and I'd be pushed to a different starter guild. You will. Yeah, exactly. So if you're in a starter guild and you level up past a certain point, it just automatically puts you in a new starter guild. The next level up. Don't be in a starter guild. The moral of the story is the worst guild in the game, well, maybe not the worst guild, but a pretty bad guild is still better than the starter guilds. I don't know what the worst guild in the game looks like, so I imagine it could be pretty bad. But, yeah. If DL saw my account, I'm pretty sure he would quit Swigo. It's terrible. I think I've seen your account. Yeah. Nah. Lol, I think you're exaggerating. I think you're not as bad off as you think. Jason says, let's see it, and Lol says, let's not. All right, well, let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Loquitur Grand Arena. We've probably been chatting long enough. I'm anxious to find out what we got going on over here anyway. Okay, clear territories. We're working on that. 12 in the first attempt. We got to get that done. Bespin we're not going to do. Lord Vader we can't do. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and Old Ben. I don't think any of them are on defense. So if I do a Vader battle, I have to chuck in Farm Boy and Obi-Wan. Okay, we'll remember that. The Vader battle needs to include Farm Boy and Obi-Wan. All right, let's take a look at our opponent. Stats, 2 million galactic power, so we're fighting up by about 300,000. He's 216 in arena, 175 in fleet. Looking at his fleet, look at these top 8 ships, guys. Tell me what you see. This is a learning moment for the chat. Tell me what you see here. You guys already know this. I'm not teaching you guys anything, but maybe somebody watching this video would like a moment to think about this and come to their own conclusion. All right. So for those who wanted to think about it, 0 threat. You got Geos here, but where's the Vulture droid? Where's the Hyena bomber? Where's anything that's going to make these Geos dangerous other than the Geos? So we say, okay, you can put a Geo fleet on offense under the Executrix, and it's a thing, right? He's got something, but it doesn't feel very dangerous, right? And if he takes that Executrix on offense, he's got a 4-star TIE bomber, some other ships here in the middle, and stuff, you know. So when I look at this, I think I have a huge advantage in fleet. I feel like if I put a good fleet on defense, it's going to hold. Maybe overconfident, but I definitely feel like I have an advantage. No Hound's Tooth, no pilotless ship, no Vulture droid. Yeah, you guys see the same thing I see. And those pilotless ships just increase the threat level of any fleet so much. Like they are good ships. They all 5 of the ships in the game without a pilot should be built. Just because the effectiveness per galactic power can't be beat with any other ship. My opinion. No, that's not an opinion. That's statistical fact. Because those ships finished are about half the galactic power of a finished piloted ship. So if they're remotely half as good as if the TIE bomber is half as good as the TIE Advanced, because this thing's 86,000 galactic power and a finished bomber is like 42. So yeah, it's definitely much, much better than half as good. I would say it's better than the TIE Advanced already at half the galactic power. TIE Advanced is it's really the quintessential glass cannon, right? This thing can do tons of damage, but it just dies so incredibly easily. So easily. I suppose if you brought the Geos and you just tanked with Sunfac and brought the Advanced in, maybe that could do some damage. I don't know, though. I feel like the tanks are just missing. Like having this tank, having Hound's Tooth, having Hyena Bomber, the tanks are just missing. All right, enough on that. Enough on that. If my opponent happens to watch this video, for whatever it's worth, consider farming some of those pilotless tanks, because it would increase your threat level without increasing your galactic power too much. On the character side, we've got Revan, and I think there's Jedi Revan, yeah, down here. So he's got both Revans. I don't see Malak, but he's kind of fit the Revans in, and he's working on Sith Eternal Emperor from the looks of it. You've got the Thrawn, the Maul, the Troopers, Tarkin. So we see a lot of the requirements for C. And honestly, I don't know why you would build Maul if you weren't building C. He's an C, D tier character. So I feel like he's working toward a C journey, but he stopped off first for the Revans. So he's got a functional Darth Revan team. He's got Jedi Knight Revan somewhere. Now, I assumed when I placed my defense, I assumed that I would see Darth Revan on defense, Geos, and potentially a CLS team on defense. So we saved some extra offense with the idea that he may put stuff down on defense. All right. That's nice. That's interesting. So he's already played. And we wore him out with our front end teams. So he beat these guys. He beat these guys. Clean wins. All clean wins. He got hung up against Mon Mothma. And he didn't watch the prior Darth Loquitur video about how to get his advantage on the Negotiator fleet. So it looks like he fought and couldn't quite get through that chonky old houndstooth. I put 2 tanks in the starting lineup against people that have decent Geos, just because this Anakin's ship is going to go before any Geos. Once Anakin's ship goes, he's going to do the area effect first. If they attack any other ship, or if the capital ship gets to do its skill with the assists, Anakin will assist with a basic and pop up taunt over here, even if the taunt isn't here. And if somebody tries the trick with bringing in a weak fleet first, when they bring in their second fleet, his first move is going to be a basic, and this ship will have taunt right away. So this is just an anti-cheese move. It's definitely worse not having more Galactic Republic ships in your starting lineup, but it's better at protecting your ETA at low levels like we're at, and where I don't even have my Houndstooth relic. You know, you could still get through that Houndstooth. So I play it with that second tank, and most people won't have played against that in their squad arena, so that's a little bit different configuration. And that's your hope, right? You want to throw your opponent slightly out of their comfort zone, so even if he has a way to beat the Negotiator, he's going to see that different lineup and potentially not be able to beat it by the normal means. To answer the question, it's 24 miles an hour for a European swallow. Actually looked it up, huh? That's some funny stuff. So for anybody who doesn't know, it's a reference from Monty Python, and it's a very hilarious part in that movie. So if you've never seen Monty Python's Holy Grail, it's definitely worth watching. And well, I mean, if you watch it and you don't laugh, then you just don't have a sense of humor. So, you know, go check, see if you can visit your doctor, or maybe you could purchase a sense of humor online at that point. But yeah, no, it's pretty funny, and it's old, so I know a lot of younger people might have never seen it. But yeah, it's worth going back. Missing No says best movie ever. Yeah, somebody recently reminded me of the fish slapping dance, and I watched the fish slapping dance like 10 times in a row. It's like a 20-second clip from Monty Python, but it's one of those things. It's just stupid humor, like really funny. Any Monty Python is great. Yeah, I mean, they had some that weren't as funny as others for sure, but they did a lot of funny stuff. Mr. Rice says yes, and possibly no soul. David Wadsworth says if it's a European swallow, it's in kilometers per hour. Nice. 'Tis but a flesh wound. All right. Knees in the chat, boys. Knee in the chat. Because this opponent has apparently put none of his good stuff on defense. What is this defense? What is this? I mean, maybe we'll still find a CLS or a Darth Revan on the back wall. Maybe he's trying to bait us into running out of teams. But this looks pretty weak to me. I mean, this team has a relic character on it, so it's something. This has Gear 12 Boba and a Kylo that can stun somebody and be annoying. 82,000 each. All right, so I mean, who's going to take a nest to the face? That's the question. And Revan's not in the lead. We put together a Bastila-led Jedi. Oh, well, I guess he's got no Zetas. He's got no Zetas. Does he still get Savior? Savior. Anytime another Jedi, if Revan's active. Okay. So we can kill Revan first. We just have to target Revan first then. I think these rebels are prime feasting for Enfys Nest. I think she can go in here and deal with this group of rebel scum. Why are people using Sidious instead of Maul lead for the Sith team? That's a good question, Vincent, because I would think you would put Maul in there for those little dodges that can really be annoying. Sidious just gives you like a touch of critical hit or damage or something like that. Yes, solo everything, says Mr. Rice. Well, remember, we cannot solo the we can't solo with Vader today. We've got to throw in a farm boy and an old Ben. Potency 33.9. I think Nest here and then take Dooku up top. What do you think of that, guys? Nest here? I don't think he can even stun her, right? So this direct focus still takes potency to land the stun part. Marked can't be resisted, right? Oh, and it's not Zated anyway, so the stun isn't even there. So he can mark me, and then I'll definitely be the target of his attack, but we already knew that anyway. Nest could be stunned by Bastila. Krennic solo. Krennic solo. That would be funny. All right, we want to try to kill Revan first if we can. All right. Revan getting there. Revan down. All right, now let's kill old Ben next. Kind of want old Ben to die, because I don't want to get the hand wave from him again. We'd rather not have to deal with that. Gives us offense down or something. Annoying. All right, they almost got through some of my protection. Well, there they go. A couple of them. A couple more down. Even with the healing immunity, it doesn't stop the purple protection. So I still get the purple protection. All right, 63 banners. Good enough is good enough. Let's take Dooku in here. I don't think we even need Watt, right? Dooku solo? That's not a threat. That's not a threat. There's a stun somewhere in here. Dooku solo? There's some lovely filth over here. The constitutional peasant. I think that's what that scene is called. That's funny. Dennis, my name is Dennis. I didn't know you were called Dennis. That movie is so ridiculous. After finishing the Executor, I just got pushed into Division 4. Hope to see you on the holo table. All right, Adam. I think I'm in Division 4 for one more GAC. I don't think I'll get out of Division 4 this time. I think I'll get out next time. Well, here's some troopers that have been abused and put on the back wall on defense. Trooper abuse. This is just blatant trooper abuse. Now again, I apologize if my opponent watches this later, but the troopers are one of the best offensive teams in the game. I would much rather see a Darth Revan or a CLS defense and these guys on offense. Even if you've only got 3 troopers and some scrubby little, 3-star range trooper, or Gideon. You could put a garbage Gideon and range trooper with these guys and just destroy stuff. Absolutely destroy stuff. Putting them on defense like this makes me sad. So I'll probably trooper his troopers. Vader here, which leaves me Padme for this team. Talk about you overkill. Or are we better off doing Vader here and just killing everything, and then we don't have to worry about the farm boy and the old Ben losing banners for us? I think that's what we do. We come in here with the Emperor and Vader and Farm Boy and Old Ben. Old Ben and Wat Tambor, just to make sure. Because weapon tech prevents revives, and we don't want to have to kill Boba Fett twice. So putting weapon tech on Vader and kill Boba Fett once feels better to me. So we'll go in with a full team, and we'll just get the feat done without losing banners. Look, I don't go around calling myself king just because some moistened bee lobbed a scimitar at me. He's given up on Trooper AI and just run the Tarkin lead. Yeah. What's wrong with her? She's beautiful. She's rich. She's got huge tracts of land. They told me don't build a castle in the swamp, but I didn't listen. I built the castle anyway, and it sunk into the swamp. So I built it again, and the second one sank into the swamp as well. The third one burned down, fell over, then sank into the swamp. But the fourth one stood. I don't know if I got that exactly right, but oh, there's so many good lines in that movie. All right, let's put the weapon tech onto the Vader. Let's Force Crush first, then Merciless Massacre. I'm feeling pretty good about a culling straight to the Boba Fett. Yeah, rewarded. All right, here we go. Dance through the team. Nobody gets a turn. 60 banners. Feat completed. Feeling strong. All right, and we'll go in here. Take this Padme team. We're going to kick out this 5s because we've discovered that he's under-leveled. Get out of here. Just a banner loser for this team. Tell you what, that 5s. I'm going to start working on 5s. I'm going to get his ship built at some point. I keep saying that I'm going to do it, and I don't do it. But I will. I'm going to. It's going to happen. Coming soon, TM. All right, let's just kill people. All right, let's get some purple up here so that we don't lose banners. Okay. Oh, lost banners anyway. Ahsoka. You banner loser. All right, let's boot him because he's got turn meter. Finish off the Savage. All right. All right. Ahsoka didn't let us down. Oh, no, she did. She lost us a banner, and then we got 1 for the underdog, so we ended up at 60. Ahsoka not pulling her weight. All right, guys, so here's where... Oh, Oh, man. Not enough likes. Not enough likes. Troopers need powered up, boys and girls. If you're in here, you haven't used your like saber, now is the time. Take that like button, slice it, dice it, puree it, put it in a blender, grind it up like hamburger. Any of you guys heard that old joke, "Mama, mama, I don't want hamburger tonight. Shut up, stick your arm back in the meat grinder"? Anybody heard that joke? That's a mean joke. All right. Make you think next time you eat meatloaf, too, tell you what. All right, troopers versus troopers. Let's look at his speeds just to see if we've got anything to worry about here. 262, nothing to worry about there. What do we got here? 243. So no Zeta here, so it's 28 speed, right? Yeah, 28 speed. So they're less than 300. Nothing to worry about. I don't even think we're going to take a full, you know what? We're going to take a full team of troopers. We're not going to drop a battle for being silly. We're just going to do our thing, bring in all 5, mow them all down, 60 banners. By dropping a trooper, I might get more banners, but if I don't get a kill in the right sequence and I let them get a turn, I could lose 4 banners to an area effect or something. So I'm just going to take in 5, guarantee that they don't get any turns. Here we go. No stream is complete without the Darth like beggar segment. That's right. Well, that's not on me. That's not on me. If you guys gave me the likes from the start, then I wouldn't have to beg for them. Wouldn't have to beg. Every streamer out there begs. For the longest time, I didn't even mention it. I let it go by without saying anything. But it does help to put that somewhere in your channel. So we've at least made it some fun, where it isn't just pure begging. At least it's linked to gameplay in an amusing way. Maybe a little bit. Let's see what we got on defense here. Stuff. 328,000. Where? Where do you see 328,000 worth of ships? 42. That's what, 120. Yeah, 120. What's this ship? 62. 180. He's got to be packing some big reinforcements in there. That Vader must be in reinforcements. Must be planning to slide out that Vader on a reinforce. 4 of 4 reinforcements with 328,000 total. Yo. Huh. All right. Well, let's bring the big guns then, in case he does have some more stuff that I'm not expecting that's packed all up in the reinforcements section. Maybe TIE advanced in the reinforcements? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's got Vader's ship up in the reinforcements. 6 speed mods on the Veers. All right, so we're taking 285 in. We're taking Geos, Tarkin. I really would like to target the Ghost first, if I can. If it goes into stealth, we may have an issue where all of the ships go into stealth. I don't know. That Maul ship is going to put somebody out of stealth for sure. So we're going to have to kind of react to this battle as we see it, and we may have to take a target that we don't want first with the spy. But we have to see how the AI plays and react to it, because I don't know what to expect here. Okay. We're just going to do the basic on Darth Maul. We don't want to chase all these guys into hiding. All right, so we can target and kill that right away. So now we don't have to deal with that super annoying dodge business where he keeps getting hit and, you know, giving the Ghost dodge and they just trade back and forth. That's super annoying. All right, bring this in. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill it. So, oh, I did. I figured he would get a reinforcement, but that's okay. The battle's over. Over quickly. Not even a reinforcement to see on the board. Beautiful. Sweep. All right, so my opponent put up a paper defense, and yeah, again, if my opponent watches this for any reason, you know, think about putting the team that you had on the back in the bottom front, and then slide in that Darth Revan team on defense behind it. You know, put a couple really chonky defenses down, and I think you'll have a lot more successes with winning the whole Grand Arena. And you may not want to give up Darth Revan for offense, but you know, if you could have held that zone back here, it would have been a lot closer battle. And for people who are watching, you know, don't do what you want to do, but I would not. There's never a recommendation from me to go that light on defense. You got to challenge your opponent. If you don't at least put some defenses down that they got to fight, you clear, they clear. You're clearing hard teams that they put on defense. They're clearing easy teams you put on defense. You're going to lose every time on efficiency. You got to put yourself in a position to win the efficiency battle with a few defenses that are going to steal banners or challenge their best teams. All right, that's enough of a lecture for now, I guess. Let's put the timer on. I'm going to put the timer on for a pretty short time. We're just going to take a few minutes between GACs and then probably get right into the second one. Let me tell me if you guys have questions, stuff you want to talk about, another good topic. The R6 Thrawn capital ship. Any account reviews in queue tonight? I mean, I can go over and look up some accounts. Yes, I could do that. It'll take me a second, but I could figure something out. All right. We've got a rather big account in the queue that maybe we could look at. Let's see. A big boy account. $5.4 million for AIDAN of the Obsidian Phoenix. A little over 2 in ships, a little over 3 in characters. That looks good. Let's see. I need to go to the mod thing and run the bot. Run the bot. Oh my goodness. You're viewing old messages. Slash mod scores space ally code. No. Mod score tab. Ally code tab. And the ally code. All right. Your request is being processed. Someday. All right, so this person's mod score is pretty fantastic. He's got a top 80 mod score of 9.39 and an Omega mod score for the whole roster of 6.14. That's pretty solid. So there you go. AIDAN of 5.4 million galactic power. The mod score says that you're paying attention to mods. So we'll see. We'll take a look at stuff, and we'll see what that looks like. If anybody knows AIDAN, or if somebody could be so kind as to go drop a tell or a ping in Discord in case that person can log on and see the review, I would certainly appreciate the help, because I was not able to do that. Okay. All right. He's working on Galactic Legend JML, so we're going to see if he already achieved that. Yeah, he already got that. So he's on to his next project, because we're so far behind in the review queue. It's crazy. It's bad. We really need to get caught up on reviews somehow, but just so many people have put their names in. Anyway, not complaining, just saying how it is. Let's look at ships first. He's got Rey, so the Raddus is in here somewhere. There's a 5-star Raddus. Some effort has been put into it. 6 on the skills, and the passive is leveled up, so he's using the Raddus as a capital ship. Executrix, no Executor. Negotiator, Malevolence, of course. Finalizer at 7 stars, so he's got that built out. So he's got at least 4 fleets, possibly 5 behind the Chimera. Looks like he's in real good shape on fleets. Y-Wing, Vulture Droid, TIE Bomber. Still got some stars to get on these pilotless ships. If you're not currently working on those, it's definitely worth getting all of those pilotless ships up to 7 stars. He's got the Hyena Bomber, the BTL here. The Resistance ships up into Resistance Rey, Han's, Millennium Falcon, Empire stuff. First Order stuff. I don't see the First Order ties. There it is. First Order tie is here. I don't see the First Order SF tie. Okay, so just to say, here it is. I've had incredibly good success with this ship as one of the starting 3. I prefer it far more than the regular TIE fighter. So just consider building up this SF TIE and using that as your starting 3 with the silencer and the shuttle if you're actually using the First Order fleet offensively. That's a very good combination. If you're using it defensively and you just kind of don't care and just put it on defense as a roadblock kind of thing, then this is actually better on defense. But if you're using it offensively, I would certainly recommend the SF TIE. Geos are in here. So I don't know that there's that much I can tell him about fleets other than those few suggestions. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Okay. Let's go catch up on chat for a second. Nick Wilson says, I hope my review is still a couple months away so I can get my mod score up. Yeah, that's funny. Well, I tell you what's killing my mod score is that 5s. That 5s is just murdering my mod score with his, 1 dot and 4 dot mods. That's funny. All right. Who should be faster, Rex or 5s? Rex should be fast. I mean, in any clone team, having a fast Rex so he can do his skill and give everybody else turn meter. That's the way I've always seen it done. Yeah, definitely Rex. Can you repeat the command, please? It's /mod score, and then you use the tab, and then you use ally code, and then you use the tab, and then you type in the numbers. So that's what it looks like. I was putting in spaces and all kinds of stuff, but I didn't understand using tabs in between those sections. So using tabs is the key to that. Should I have Vulture Droid in reinforcements or starting with Geos? It depends on your team. So if your Vulture Droid is good and your Spy is not that good, put Vulture Droid in the starting 3 and put Spy in reinforcements. If your Vulture Droid is good and all of your Geos are good, I would typically start with all 3 Geos and bring the Vulture Droid in as a reinforcement. The Vulture Droid's main job early game is to be able to deal with the Houndstooth by putting the buff immunity from Discord Missile onto the Houndstooth. If you go first ahead of the Houndstooth, you can't get him debuffed because he's got high tenacity. So a lot of times it's better to bring the Vulture Droid in as a reinforcement. Bosk will already have his taunt up. With any luck, you can stun him with Sunfac, then put the buff immunity on him with Vulture Droid as a reinforcement, and then just pound him into the dirt before he gets a turn. That's the gimmick. That's the gimmick. Brent says, have to go. Have my own GAC and TW going on. All right, Brent, thanks for stopping in. If you're still in the chat, see you later. All right, let's take a look at these characters. So he's got 3 Galactic Legends at 5.4 million. That's fantastic. And General Skywalker and Rey and both Revans. Yikes. All right. So his account is as efficient as I wish that my account was. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to face this guy at 5.4. I'm at 5.9, and he'd probably win. Good focus, really good focus. So his relics are pretty much all, you know, the gas, Revans, Malik, and then just Galactic Legend requirements. Boba Fett Relic 7, so it looks like he's building the Executor as his next project, likely. That seems good to me. He's got 3 Galactic Legends. The Executor would be the perfect next project. Dengar's here coming up, Gear 11, 7 stars. So yeah, I would say Executor would be a perfect next project. Does he have Beskar? Mando. The Mandalorian. No Beskar armor Mando. Yeah, so he's got to build Beskar and build Razor Crest in order to get the Executor, but that feels like a good project for this account. Feels like a good project. Let's arrange by speed. Have a look at these guys and check out his monster mod score. 342 on Revan. That's good. I clicked Revan again because it was so good I needed to see him a second time. Hermes Yoda. Look at how fast this guy is. 332. Blazing speed Yoda. That's good. Wow. Jedi Knight Revan's really up there too. 330. 162. Plus 162 speed. Phew. That's good. That's really good. Padme at 322 without a speed set. Yeah, so, I mean, I would have rated this guy's mods pretty good from what I've seen so far. He deserves his rating. No, that's fantastic. That's nothing to complain about there. 315 on the Bastila. Resistance Hero, 312. And the Commander Luke down here, 310. Wow. Rex is over 300. 307. This is pretty. I like this. This is like looking at a store at Christmas time. 307 on the Thrawn. Just shelves full of items that you'd love to take home with you. 304 on Hux. We still haven't run out of 3-speed characters, and we're like 3 rows down now. This is fantastic. Yeah, this guy really has put in the effort on the mods. Nice. So, you know, if you watch your account review, AIDAN, if you could be so kind, drop a comment down below and just, you know, talk a little bit about how old the account is and how you've been working on mods. Because I feel like this account is maybe 3 or 4 years old, and you must have a really good method for mods to have that many high-quality mods. So if you could comment on that for the rest of us, for the rest of chat, I think that would be fantastic. All right, the GAC timer went off. I wasn't paying attention to when it went off, so we've got a let's go symbol up on the. I feel like I'm behind. All right, so let's do that. Let's go. Get out of this account review. Get over to the Grand Arena. Vincent says, really great account. Yeah, fantastic. 3 Galactic Legends at 5.4. Great mods. Tight control on galactic power. No bloat on ships. It's good stuff. Just got Relic Rex to R3 and his speed is 303. Plus 35 from Shock T lead. He also gets 16% on top of that from the other clones, so he'll be acting at, you know, like 410 speed or something ridiculous. So yeah, getting your Rex over 300 really puts it out of reach of anything but a Galactic Legend to go first. All right, so what do we got in this GAC over here? Completely clear, we're doing that. The same thing with Vader, Farm Boy, Old Ben. I don't think I put Old Ben on defense. All right. So basically we've got the same one and characters from Bespin if we can pull it off. All right. All right, characters from Bespin. That's pretty much pretty much our Chupio. All right, so I put on defense, you know, banner stealing teams up here. Some pretty solid teams here. We got the Resistance leftovers. We got the First Order leftovers. We've got Padme. Make him use up some good stuff. And then we put decent things in the back wall. We did commit the Executor to defense yet again. That's been holding for us like a monstrosity. So we like that. In the, I suppose I should have scouted this guy's account. I went straight into the defenses. I skipped the step. Let's go in and take a look at Albino Smurf. 6 million galactic power, 2 foreign ships, 3/6 in characters. That's exactly the split that I want to see is, you know, 2 parts to 3 parts. So he's right on what I would want to see. So when I scouted his ships, he doesn't have an Executor himself. He does have a Negotiator, Malevolence, and the typical stuff that we would see. I think I saw in the comments in the chat, somebody was saying that the ALEURA account seems to fight the same account over and over again, and I do start to feel like that. Pretty much the same ships we've come to expect, although he does have a Razor Crest and the Bounty Hunters coming up. Pretty sure that he's working his way toward that Executor, just doesn't have it yet. 3 Galactic Legends to my 2. So when I see 3 Galactic Legends and I only have 2, I just assume I better take all of them on offense. And if he tries some trick where he puts all 3 of his Galactic Legends on defense, then I may very well be in trouble. But if you put Sith Eternal, we know it's possible to work that team down with a series of teams that we have. So we'll take a look at doing that as well if we can. But yeah, so we've got the typical formula stuff: General Skywalker, Jedi Knight Luke, Vader, Padme, both Brevins, Malik. We got a big Jango Fett to deal with, of course, because he's on that journey toward the Executor. Mon Mothma team, because of course you get the Mon Mothma with that journey. For the Galactic Legend, it does have troopers at Relic as well. So when I'm looking at this, I mean, really, I can't tell anything from scouting other than he's got the formula teams, and I can expect him to try to flex his Galactic Legends on defense. So going in here, it looks like he did put C on defense. So we're going to hold off fighting that battle for sure. So we can see the back wall. We can see the back wall before we do this fight. So if the back wall is clean, we could potentially use SLKR here or whatever. And he put... that's Luke, right? So... No. Yeah, that's Luke. That's Luke. This is Luke. Okay, so we've got Luke on defense. Now this one... I think we've done this before with SLKR, right? And this is where we just go crazy and we ramp. Oh my goodness. Revan, Jedi Knight Luke. Is this Anakin? That's Anakin. What a huge commitment to a defense. What a commitment. That's like 4 teams worth of characters. I mean, these guys pair up pretty well together, Luke and Luke, but Revan's in there. JKA is in there. 174,000 galactic power. And Hermit Yoda makes this very difficult because he hides out and gives all kinds of healing and recovery to Luke here. That's a rough team. Holy cow! All right, I'm gonna go see what. Oh, screen. Good lord, I've been on the wrong screen for like an hour. Okay. Okay. All right. Fine. A piece of cheese and calm down. All right. Well, at some point I will probably quit doing this. It's been a long time since I've done it. I've had a lot of streams that have been good. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I wish I could edit these parts out of the video afterwards. It's embarrassing for me. All right, nothing to do now but to push on, so okay. All right, so yeah, we've got Luke here, and the Luke team is with Revan, Jedi Knight Luke, Anakin, and Hermit Yoda. So I'm not sure what. I mean, this is a lot of damage. That's really a lot of damage. It's really a lot of damage. I feel like we might need to SLKR this. Put Watt in there, give him tank tech so he can clear debuffs, and use SLKR to try to clear this. So SLKR Watt and see if I can get it done. Now he doesn't put a locked. Man, I can't never remember skills. Okay, tenacity down, dazed. Okay. All right. Buff immunity. All right. First time they recover, etc. 100% mastery and ignores taunt during their turn. Okay. But he doesn't have any locked debuffs that are going to mess with me, I don't think. You should put a wrong shirt bin in the shop. You know, TK, I know that you're kidding, but it really does embarrass me. I don't feel good about it at all. It's not funny to me. It really gets on my nerves when I do it. I try real hard not to anymore, and I've been doing well. It's very frustrating. I don't think it's funny, guys. So even if you guys think it's funny, it's not funny to me. So yeah, no, there's definitely not going to be a wrong screen shirt. I can't think it's funny in that way. So JML is a hard counter to SLKR. It's pretty risky even with Watt. Yeah, but with the changes that they made now to the Sith Eternal and Armorer, if I go in here with the Armorer, she's just going to get killed. Luke will stun her, and she'll get killed before she can get the armor onto C. And without that armor, he's at a pretty big risk too. At least I could link the Lukes together, right? I could link the Lukes, cut down the damage. So Sith Eternal's probably a better bet. We got the Sith Eternal. We can always SLKR this. So you guys think this see over here? Link those two guys. Just work them down. Cut the damage. Bring in Watt and armor or both and just try to see how many good things we can get on to see. Average Joe Gamer says, I've lost count on the number of times I've talked on mute or shared the wrong screen during the pandemic. No worries, man. I know, guys. I know. You don't understand. I want to run a professional stream. I want you guys to have an enjoyable experience. I want it to be entertaining. I don't want to entertain you by being an idiot. You know, I do it enough already. I picked C as the wrong character. I mean, those things are funny to me. I joke about it. But the whole changing screen thing, it's like, it's something that I shouldn't do. I'm going to quit talking about it now. I'm going to stop, and we're going to get onto this GAC, and I'm going to focus down and not let it bother me. Okay, let's review what we've got over here. This could be nested, Vadered with the feet. We got clones, and these are massive clones and fast. Rex is only 220 speed here, though. Okay. So the clones aren't fast enough to beat troopers. So we bring troopers in here, we nuke Shakti, we kill the rest of them. So that gets that reserves our troopers for that battle. Okay. Now we're gonna try something new, ladies and gents. We are going to try the Beskar Armor Mando team against Grievous. We're going to try it, see if we can make it work, or see if we can even come close to making it work. I may drop this battle, I don't know, but I'm going to work on that team. I'm going to give it a try. So we're going to get in here with Beskar today and give that team a go. And then down here, I think my LSUFUR is good enough to take this out. This nest doesn't look big enough. I feel like we can get enough damage down on her to make that work with light side unalive force user Rey. So we'll get her. So the question is this right here. And we're saying just go into the squad, go to your arena team, and just pick the arena team, and then trade out characters. So we want this. We want Sith tank. And I always do this. I look for another tank. It's almost irrelevant. But, you know, let's throw in another roadblock here. Just a buyer. Yeah, I need another Sith is what I need. It's better, I think, to put another Sith in here like this. And get back my life. So if they're killing me and they kill a Sith, then I get healed up. So I think this is the team. Joseph says Bam does counter GG, but I'm unsure how. Well, I made all my guys fast. Beskar will go first, and the other two guys are timed to go right after. I'll have 2 area effects. And then I just don't have a really good 5th to put in that team right now. So I may not get enough Whistling Birds, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll take a look. You got a chance. Rex isn't that fast. Yeah, it's good. Hey, Loquitur, how often in a week do you think one should farm mods? Is that even a question? Every day. Farm mods every day. If you farm slicing materials, only do 2 days and do at least 5 days on mods. Alright, let's get in there. Let's see if we can take down this Luke. Get my game face on. Alright, here we go. Now let's see. Okay, now we can link. We're going to link Luke with Luke. Seems like the biggest damage threat. And I don't have a choice about linking the main Luke. Alright, so they're going after Marauder. How does he have higher priority than Armorer? That is bizarre. Alright, there's the stun. Alright, JML's going down fast. I don't understand why. Alright, Armor left without doing anything. Okay. Alright, here we go. We'll be able to get rid of Jedi Luke here in a second, and then I think we're doing pretty good. Alright, here we go. Alright, now let's relink. Oh, we got to take a turn first. Relink and rethink. The nice thing about link is it's 2 instances of a turn. So you actually get to take a turn and then take another turn. I kind of want to zap or link Grandmaster or Hermit Yoda so that we can take him down even in stealth. All right. Okay. Wow, this is so much damage. Ugh. We're getting it, though. I think we're going to get it. Okay. Yeah, let's just do the big zap because it's going to kill it. Yeah, okay. I thought it would come close to killing him, but it got him. Alright, now we just auto. Just auto our way through it. Satan's Demon says, I meant refreshes, sorry. It depends where you are in the game. If you're really new to the game and you don't have a lot of resources to spend, I always suggest that you do a refresh on your regular energy first, and then a refresh on Cantina energy second. And then you start over and you work your way through it. Regular energy, Cantina, mod, fleet. Regular, Cantina, mod, fleet. And whenever you run out of energy or crystals, then you're done for the day. And the reason why I say that, early in the game, if you look at how your account progresses, most builds have 1 or 2 characters that come out of the Cantina. Getting those characters to 7 stars quickly gives you a huge advantage in the game. And it makes Cantina refreshes in the pre-level 85. Cantina refreshes are massive. So if you're not getting at least 1 Cantina refresh in every day, do a regular energy, do a Cantina energy, and then, do mods. Once you've got your fleet currency established and you're getting decent placement over there, then, somebody said the 50s. So if you just place high in fleets and you get your crystals from daily quests, you should be able to do 3 refreshes in regular energy, 3 in mods, and 2 in fleets. That should be high fleet placement and just normal crystal income for the day. So try to hit at least 2 refreshes. If you can do 3, definitely do 3. But as was stated, don't start doing the 100 refreshes. All right, we're going to try light side unaligned force user Ray in here with no R2-D2. So it's going to be a 4-man underdog squad. And we're going to try to get this done against Nute Gunray. All right, let's get in there. All right, so we're going to do this first to try to get exposes. That was a lot of counterattacks. All right, let's, you know what? Let's hand wave Nute, get an ability block on him, and try to avoid that very first extortion from coming out. Kill this Wampa real quick, make sure he doesn't get up to any nastiness. Django has damage immunity, so there's nothing we can do against that. We said we felt like we had enough damage to get through Nest, so let's prove that that's true. Oh, man. Man down. All right. All right. Oh. Oh, that's a lot of damage. We better get him under control if we can. Okay. Is he the biggest threat? Probably. Let's get that out of here. Let's just slice away at this. Now I'm extorted. My little robot's gotta pay the taxes. Alright, get him out of here once. Alright, counterattacks. Yeah, there we go. Let's just hand wave him again. Wiggle. Try to get this stun off of us. More extortion. Get in there for an attack. Get him out of here. If we can't quite finish, then we can clean it up. But for right now, we got the big bad down. Too much stun coming in from that Dooku. We're not going to be able to handle the pressure on Rey. Okay. Can she take down Nute? Doesn't look like it. All right. All right. Well, we didn't quite have the sauce to take him down, but we learned something. We learned something. I thought the Rey team would be pretty good up against that, but we kind of lost control of Dooku. We couldn't really establish control of Dooku once he went in stealth. Let's try this Beskar, see if we can drop 2 battles in a row. Again, we're going to learn stuff. We're going to learn stuff in this GAC. I should probably learn stuff in the first week of GAC, not the 4th week. But here's our team. So we made Queel fast. 342. Seems pretty fast to me. We made Beskar 261, but he's 261 with an offense set. So that's about as good as we could do with what we had. We put offense there, put offense there. Did put speed on the arrow to get him up that high. But at 261, then he'll get sped up to almost Queel's starting speed with this extra 25% turn meter. So that he'll go next. Then IG-88, we put at 254. So he'll be able to do an area effect attack and get 5 instances of damage. Dengar we put at 248, so he'll go 3rd and we'll be able to, you know, mini-mine mayhem everybody. Do physical damage to everybody. And 2 times to a random enemy. So this should be 7 Whistling Birds, if it works like I think it works. And then IG-11 is just way behind. He's gear 11. He's complete garbage. So we didn't really get his speed anywhere. He's just kind of there as a placeholder. Because I didn't want to commit another big bounty hunter here. I guess we could look at Boba Fett and see where he's at. If his speed is close without trying. 263. Now he's faster than Mando. Yeah, if he's faster than Mando, we can't put him in the team. So I guess I could have taken speed off of him and fit him in the team. But we're going to give this a try. Are the crystal prices for shock prods fair? Don't buy crystal. Don't spend crystals on shock prods. Always take the time to farm shock prods from the 7B node, because that node gives you tons of materials for bronzium wiring. And you get your shock prods, you also get a ton of bronzium wiring from it. It'll help you from needing to buy bronzium wiring later. So it's not whether or not the item is worth it. If you're going to spend crystals on something, spend them on something else and farm those shock prods for sure. Best light side node in the game. 7B, light side, shock prods, best light side node in the game. Calculated for the gear that you get off of it and the bronzium wiring, etc. All right, let's speed everybody up. Let's hunch down. Area effect. Okay. Here we go. All right. Come on, Dengar. Area effect. 16 whistling birds. Area effect on IG. 19 whistling birds. Now we got 20. And now we're almost dead. My goodness, would you take a look at that? Don't kill my Beskar, bro. All right. Target Grievous, kill him. No, kill him. Not enough, guys. Not enough. All right, so this is probably lost. This is probably lost. I don't think there's any way to recover from not killing Grievous. Let's hide Dengar. See if there's any way that we could get into another stance and try some more whistling birds. I don't think we're going to be able to recover it, though. Nope. All right. All right, all right. It was close, though. It was close. Relic IG, and you would have had it. Is there any gear that you advocate with buying crystals? Absolutely. You can spend crystals all day long on any piece of gear that is 15 crystals per shard. Mark III hollow projectors, Mark 8 biotech. I think some of the med packs or binoculars or something like that can be purchased. But just look at it. So if it's 150 for 10, it's 15 crystals per shard. Anything that sells for that price is as good or better of a deal than you could get by farming it with refreshes. So that's my definition of good. Okay, we're going to bring in the JKR team, and I'm pretty sure we can clean this up with the JKR team. We don't have a Wat Tambor in there. It appears that I'm going to have to put more relic levels on my Beskar or something. We're going to target this B1 battle droid, and we're going to experiment again, guys. We're trying to experiment here a little bit. So we're going to try using him as our first target. And practice and kind of see how long it's going to take us to take him down in a normal battle when we do it this way. Okay. All right. About time that you guys quit taking turns, I would think. Let's get everybody back. Swing it around. Spread some love. Finish this battle off. Yeah, probably a dumb idea to experiment on somebody who's throwing 2 or potentially 3 Galactic Legends on defense, but yeah, we're learning stuff. All right, what's the least amount that we could bring in against a Dooku? What kills a Dooku and a Nute without wasting resources? What about leftover First Order? What about leftover First Order? Hux, We're gonna want Hux though if we take C against. Yeah, we better fight the C battle over there before we make any commitments to that. Yeah, let's just look at everybody. Vader. Kind of don't want to throw away Vader on it. Mon Mothma team. Troopers are reserved. We got bounty hunters. Night Sisters. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to use my clone team because we can just go with Rex, put up the tenacity up, and kill Dooku. So it's kind of overkill, but it's a team that I know that I'm not going to miss it. I'm not going to wish that I had it for the back wall. So we'll just clean them up with this and be done with it. Oh, and they get the Rex stunned. How nice. All right. This frees him up, right? Dispel all debuffs. Yeah, okay. Get him in there. We're not going to pay the taxes. We're not. No taxes this time. Just do that. Don't care. Not going to pay the taxes. We're done and through. All right. Lord Vader, hey Dale, what's up? And there it is. The third galactic legend on defense. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 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 Wow, wow, wow. And we don't have Watt anymore. But he does not have Cat. Right? This is regular Ahsoka. So Kenobi will tank for 1.5 years. That's going to be rough. That's going to be rough, even with SLKR. Kenobi shuts down my ability to get critical hits with SLKR, which means it takes a long time to get to my ult. And with C-3PO chucking out debuffs everywhere, I think the play might just be to leave him there. Just leave him alone. Leave him alone. Just trying to look at my defenses and trying to think to myself if he's going to full clear me. I think, you know, hopefully he'll get stuck on that Executor. And without any Galactic Legends, this Padme team presents a decent challenge. It's not unbeatable, but it's a decent challenge. So the question is, do we try to take down the Sith Eternal in a couple different battles to give ourselves an opportunity to try the Kenobi? Okay. Your IG isn't strong enough. Yeah, I know my IG isn't strong enough, but IG isn't what wins or loses that battle. It's whether or not Beskar Mando can deal enough damage to kill Grievous. So let's say IG would have done another few thousand damage to Grievous. It was because I didn't have enough damage out of Beskar Mando. That's why I didn't get the win. Like if Beskar Mando was Relic 7 instead of Relic 5, Grievous would have been dead. He was so close to dead. So I think I'm actually going to have to Relic 7 my Mando to get that team to work. Yeah. Even with a bigger IG, I don't think he would have killed him. All right. Yeah, 3 GLs on defense. That's an unorthodox CLS team on defense. Of course it is. It's spreading out my threats, trying to get my threats as spread out as I can. I don't know. It is tempting to just bring SLKR in here, just destroy the front. Now I'm regretting that I dropped battles over here. These dropped battles from me messing around might be the difference between me winning and losing this matchup. But he committed a lot to defense. The fact that he put, you know, Anakin, Luke, everybody in here, and then on the back wall, he's got gas in his Kenobi team. So he gutted his offense. He gutted his offense. All right. I really want to try to kill this SL or this C with a couple different fights. Save SLKR to throw it at the back wall. So C now gets buffs against troopers. But I wonder, with a Relic 5C, I wonder if I could ramp up and kill this team with troopers. I wonder if I could take out the Sith Eternal. Because my troopers are pretty stout. All right, deceived, linked, potency, deceived, linked. Whenever an enemy gains a buff that can't be dispelled, Sith allies gain turn meter. At the start of a count, whenever an enemy gains a buff that can't be dispelled, they gain 5% turn meter. If a Sith ally is defeated, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it makes it hard. These Sith aren't a threat, though. They're not a threat to my troopers. Like, there's nothing here that's going to kill my troopers. But then I don't know what I would use here. I don't think the Triumvirate are fast enough if I used my Triumvirate versus the C. We would want to save bounty hunters to finish them off. But all we really have left is... Okay, let's look for nest. Because we can nest on the Geos. We can nest them on Mothma. That's probably a better play, is to nest them on Mothma. So let's get this out of the way. And that means we might have to use Vader against Geos, right? Select the squad off the tabs like you said you should. My nest. Here we go. We'll put that battle in motion. Then maybe we have to do the Vader against the Geos. And then that just leaves us with a couple of teams. Bounty Hunters, First Order. I don't know, guys. I think Kenobi holds the back zone. I don't see myself getting through him with SLKR. My DACA's only gear 12. If I'd reliced my DACA, I would do it. Because I could put in DACA with the zombie and try to cheese that team. But Gas's AoE hits hard enough that he's going to kill DACA in one hit. And then she'll be alive with no protection. Any other area effects are going to kill her again. and they can ignore taunt. So unless Daka is like super beast, that counter really doesn't work against the Kenobi team. So I need to get like a Relic 7 Daka going, and then I could do the zombie cheese with SLKR and probably beat that Kenobi. If anybody knows of a way to beat that Kenobi with confidence with SLKR, let me know. I'd be interested to know what that would look like. Win or experiment, your choice. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. I've already done a lot of experimenting this GAC. I mean, my only hope on defense is that that Padme team slows him down and that he gets stuck on the cat team, because that can be a challenging team to beat. But then he's got Revens and some stuff. But he committed a lot. He really committed a lot to defense. I don't know, guys. It's going to be interesting to see how this one comes out. But I feel like the safest thing I do is just murder that C with the SLKR, and then just leave the Kenobi alone. Let him live. Let him make it through the night. Dodged. All right. As soon as I put it on auto, Nest attacks the wrong person. How annoying. All right. Get him out of here. Oh, I was going to say get him out of here before his res comes up, but it was up again. Okay, he didn't dodge that one. That's good. Mon Mothma just did the big heal, which means her res is now also down. We're ramped up pretty good on damage. Not good enough, though, apparently. Okay. Do that. And nope, not quite. Lando's being tough, being a tough guy. Now Lando's a dead guy. And we are through with 60 banners. All right. Let's do the troopers here. I don't think we have something else that's going to be good enough against those clones. Send them in. All right, Shakti. We've been given Order 66, and I don't know if you know, but this time around, it's the Imperial troopers that are going to carry out Order 66, not the clones. So your life is in imminent danger, and you're dead. So that's how that works out. Beast. Look at that beast. All right, what do you guys think? Can Dark Trooper kill all three of these relic level troopers with one area effect? I think he gets them all. I think he kills 3 troopers with this area effect. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Go. None? I'm so disappointed. That makes me sad. He should be able to kill at least 3 Relic 7 characters every time he does that skill. For anybody who doesn't know, that skill hits hard. It's crazy. It is crazy how hard that skill hits. Alright, now we got these Geos. We can do Vader here. Let's pick the Vader team off the chart. There we go. And then let's put in Farm Boy. And let's put in Old Ben. And then let's put in something. Do we have any tanks left? Tanks, but no tanks. I think we have a Thrawn, don't we? Do we have a Thrawn still in here somewhere? Yeah, let's put in Thrawn. We can kick the Brute or the Brute Elf if we need to. Alright, Luke. Alright, Old Ben. Pep talk time. You guys are weak. You're little. You're small. Hide behind the rocks. Let the Vader out front. Let him do the work. Don't let the Geos see you. If they see you, it's not going to go well. Do not lose banners. Palpatine's flexing his lightning up there. Alright. Hide. Hide, Luke. Chat has gone silent. Like, I haven't seen anything in chat for like 10 minutes. This is bad. Chat, why are you so silent? What's going wrong? Merciless massacre. Let's get this spy out of here. Threat level reduced. And then we'll go around here. And here. And do another force crush. Oh, we should have done that on the Brute so we couldn't be counterattacked. That was my bad. Now we take a counterattack, lose some banners. Kill him. Oh, we would have had to take the counterattack anyway, so. Saul, good. Let's get the fracture on him. Get some zappies down on these guys. Stun them up. Beautiful. Pick them off. Nothing left but crying. Luke and Old Ben followed instructions, hid behind a rock. Never saw a hide or hair of them. Good. TK says riveting gameplay. Giving me the chance to focus. Yeah. All right. The viability on defense about IG to take the hits after falling to GG. Yeah, no. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Vince. So you're saying that if IG would have been big enough to take the hits, maybe we could have come back. But no, I think if you don't kill Grievous with that first set of whistling birds, ain't going to work out. I'll take Beskar to Relic 7. It probably would be a good idea anyway for Fleet because making his ship a little bit better certainly wouldn't hurt. All right, so then what's the least we could do to take out this team back here? I don't think Triumvirate is going to help us in either one of our other battles. So we're just going to bring in the Triumvirate, work our way through this little battle. It's overkill, but fine. Beskar, IG, Queel, Mission, Zalbar, a good baby bando. Average Joe Gamer. I have no idea. I feel like Bando is very ineffective. So it's almost to the extent that I would say if you're not going to relic your Bando, it's probably not worth trying to build a team around him. His leadership is not that great, all things considered. And as you can see, his whistling birds are okay, but if they don't do enough damage to kill somebody outright, they're pretty useless. So, yeah, I would say, I mean, anything is fine if you just want to put a Bando team together, but I wouldn't go crazy trying to build a low-level Bando team. If you've built Bando, then you've done Cara Dune anyway, and the armor and that stuff. So, I mean, I feel like almost you're better off just using the stuff that was built for that. It's 61. It's not bad. All right, so let's take an inventory of what we have left. If we wanted to fight multiple fights here, we've got bounty hunters, First Order with SLKR, and then we're down to garbage. There's no way the bounty hunter team is going to take out SLKR with the other Sith. There's no way. No possible way. So we're stuck just doing first order here. And taking a pass. Taking a pass on the Kenobi. Just can't deal with it. Don't have enough swaths to deal with 3 Galactic Legends on defense. And then we're going to have to hope for a hold and hope that our ships hold. Because he committed 3 Galactic Legends, a full Relic clone team, Grievous. The Geos, the other team wasn't that good. Mon Mothma, full Relic Mon Mothma team. And Gas and Luke and Anakin were all in his defense. I don't know, guys. I feel like his offense is just really lacking at this point. I may be surprised. I mean, he's probably got some tricks up his sleeve. It's week 4, and his rating is as good as mine rating after 3 weeks. So he's got like an 8-1 or 9-0 record, I would think, to be in this pod. All right, we're just going to get in here and get the fleet. All right, let's do the stab first. Should be able to kill him in 1 shot. That works out. All right. Let's have Hux go ahead and do a mass assist. Who has turn meter? He could be annoying, so let's just kill him next. And we'll give him turn meter. See if we can re-up our buffs. And we'll give ourselves all speed. Reset. Stab. I don't know. Maybe there was some way to use the bounty hunters against those clones and then be able to try the troopers against C. I think the clones would have gotten a turn and then just started smoking bounty hunters. Don't think my bounty hunters would have held up against those clones. They're a very high synergy team. All right, and then he's got both of his capital, or his good capital ships, and he put Rex, Ahsoka. He's got to be bringing in Houndstooth as a reinforcement. He's got to have just 4 tank reinforcement. Put these 3 out front and just reinforce with tank, tank, tank. I wonder if it's better. I wonder if it's better to stun Anakin. No, I think I just do the standard routine. Get Anakin low. We'll put a hit on one of these other ships to stun it. We'll let him go ahead and do the skill. Kill Anakin twice. We should still reinforce before he reinforces, as long as we get the right skill off. This could go horribly wrong. This could go horribly wrong. Maybe I'm better off using my first order up here. Maybe I'll take the first order against the Malevolence fleet. Peck them apart. Sunfact's not relicked, right? So without a relic Sunfact, he falls in the first sequence. Stun soldier if we can. Pick him apart. That means we absolutely have to bring in Plo. Alright. So we'll do this, and Plo. One more damage dealer just to be safe. This can deal damage, right? We got Poe's X-Wing. That can do single target damage. It's his skill, right, that does a ton of damage. This attack can't be evaded, scores a critical hit against enemies without protection. Okay, so he executes people without protection. Alright, we'll bring that in just in case. SF tie, Kylo, silencer. Good. Does Rex's ship taunt? Rex's ship does not taunt. It feeds turn meter though, so Anakin will go get fed turn meter and be on his way to a second turn very quickly. No tank though. Alright. There's Sunfac. Put a missile on him. Hit him. Call an assist. Hit him again. Pass turn meter. Big shot. Sunfac down. Exactly according to plan. Okay. Feed turn meter again. Big hit on soldier. Bring in a reinforcement. We're going to try to stun the spy if we can. Or just outright kill him. Alright. We have definitely cut down the quantity of buzz droids. Let's steal turn meter from him. Get another turn. Stun him. Take away his buzz droid mania. Let's do that. Put an ability block on him. Call an assist over here. Should take him out. Nope, not quite. Hit him again. Alright, now pass over the turn meter. Big hit on him should be it. Ugly but effective. Alright. And we got Malevolence in here. And we better load up. Load up. On good stuff. I'm going to play my cheese strategy. Cheese, cheese, and more cheese. Alright. Actually, that cheese. Alrighty. Let's take this in against his wacky little starting lineup. Hey DL, what would you think of a Bam Rush account? Just curious because I know he's not the best late game, but I could feel like he'd be solid early game. What would you do by rushing Bam? What would you accomplish? Would you qualify yourself for a lot of assault battles? Would you build a highly effective team for conquest? Would you feel like you advanced yourself beyond other people in fleet with Razor Crest? So that's my question. What is it that you feel like you would accomplish? Just like we talk about with the paths, you know, you've got your different paths for being effective in guild stuff, or a strategy for being effective in income, lots of things. What would the BAM team do for you? If you can answer that question in a way that makes sense, then yeah, the BAM team could be good. But I think you're just giving away your opportunity to actually build a good team. That's what I think. I would not condone it. All right. And kind of as expected, it's just all tanks that he's calling in as reinforcements, so that was at least predictable. But his Anakin just died right away, so it's predictable but not effective. 60 banners, cleared his ships. Cleared his ships okay. With both his Malevolence and Negotiator on defense, what is he going to do here? Zoinks. Cry. I think he cries. Alright, here we go. Let's pad my statistics. How many battles are we going to fight against this Kenobi? What do you guys think? You want to put up 5 fights against the Kenobi? 6, 10? How many fights do you think we should put up against the Kenobi? Style points, fashion over function. Shand is going to make B Mando much better, maybe even good. Oh, man. Bosk down, boys. Bosk down. All right, hide. Oh, man, nobody can assist because we're all dazed. Woo! That dazed, though. Dazed and ability blocked. There's just not much hope for this. Yikes. Let's do it. Oh no, you know what that means. He's got the high ground. We're going to lose our arms and legs and be burned in the lava. Alright, that's one. Ilya says drop 69 fights, or 60 fights, and Carter says 69 fights. I don't think you guys will be entertained if I... Kylo Ren solo. Yes. We didn't find a solo for Kylo Ren. This is it. This is it. This is the Kylo Ren solo. And by solo, I mean solo death. Oh, yeah. Look at him. He is soloing this defeat like a champ. Absolute champ. Everybody has dodge. All right. Nice. AP Gaines would approve of 69 dropped fights. I think Night Sisters could work here. Night Sisters could be effective. It's a good team. Definitely a good team for dropping another battle against this guy. But it makes him feel good, right? Because he'll look at it and he'll see that I dropped 2 real battles and then also dropped like 5 battles against this Kenobi. He's going to be feeling mighty fine. He's going to be smiling. Till he gets to ships. Then he's going to be sad. Okay. Ugnaught Solo Part 2. You got it. Ugnaught Solo. Ugnaught. Get in there, buddy. Get in there and go fix some robots. Go repair a droid. Go do nothing. Never mind. Get whacked by Ahsoka. He soloed that defeat like a champ. We were looking at that Omega Bot tool and going through like all my history of victories and defeat, and it showed that I have 0 wins with my Ugnaught lead team. So we're going to continue that trend of having 0 wins with the Ugnaught team lead. You know who else I'm going to use? I'm going to use Kit Fisto. Because you don't see Kit Fisto every day. Style points for Kit Fisto. Tenacity up. Kit Fisto down. Tap anywhere to continue. Cup and Barris. Alright. Coruscant Underworld Police. And Barris. Cup lead. Barris actually has a leadership though, doesn't she? No one left behind. Level 1 leadership. All right. Power 301. Kit got fisted. Kit got fistoed. Yes, he did. All right. What other lulls can we prepare for your entertainment? Rose Tico. Rose Tico, fantastic. Is there any other options for Ugnaughts role as L5? Joey the Goat got in just in time to see a cup in battle. Phoenix can do it. Is there any other option for Ugnaughts role as L5? Ugnaughts role as L5. So you mean just putting him on gear tier 5 so that you can use him to craft the materials for chromium? That is honestly the only purpose that I know of for Ugnaught. I don't know why you would use him for anything else. He's useful for that, and he's a horrible character. So yeah, if you have an Ugnaught, putting him on gear 5 and using him to make chromium transistors, that's it. That's his job. That's what he does. I played this, right? Yeah, we're done with that. Okay. Yeah, what else you guys got? You got any other questions? Otherwise, we're going to wrap up this Grand Arena with Kenobi. Kenobi left standing. He'll be the sole sentry at the back of this GAC. We'll claim that feat that we did. Get ourselves 90 more points for the event. We're just gonna miss out on this Bespin thing. We're not gonna. Yeah, we're not gonna get that. Oh well. Maybe we can get it if we can do a Mon Mothma battle with all of those characters in it. Something really lame where we can get lots of kills. But it would have to be Night Sisters to get all these kills. Yeah, I think we just don't make it. Need 4 more on my first attempt. We'll get that, no problem. Alrighty, boys and girls. Check, see if there are more questions over here. I'll have to go watch the stream madness, says Joey the Goat. Nice. I need 1900 points to hit Kyber. Nice. Thanks for the stream deal. Thanks, TK. I just buy Mark 7 Blast Tech weapon mods for my chromium in the guild store for like 150 currency. Mark 7 Blast Tech weapon mods. Yeah, but you can make them off of Ugnaught. So you can do that, but you can also scavenge them from Ugnaught. It comes down to the same thing. I mean, if you want to buy them or make them. But yeah, Ugnaught, you can craft these off of Ugnaught. Oh, hey, look at that. It looks like a Gear 8 Night Sister Alkalite. Also can craft them. There you go. There's a backup plan in case you take your Ugnaught too high level. In case you invested too much in your Ugnaught. All right, guys. I share a warrior's fate with Ugnaught. At his channel, I found out that I screwed up. Oh, he took him over level? Yeah. Yeah, I think I've shared with you guys before that I only put my Ugnaught at like level 41, and that way I can't accidentally overgear him, right? Ugnaught. So yeah, we put him at level 41, and then you can't put this last piece on him, so you can't accidentally gear tier him up or upgrade. The upgrade button will never show up. So save myself from accidentally putting him up a level. How's the progress on Maul coming? Well, we've had 2 rounds of Conquest. Third round of Conquest isn't up yet, right? Is there a thing where, like, if you don't join Conquest in a certain amount of time, you lose out? Did I miss a Conquest? Boy, I certainly hope I didn't miss a Conquest. I don't think so. It says it No conquest event active. So if conquest is active right now, then I missed it. But I think we still got the third one to go before we get Maul. But I'm at 220. I'm good. We're good. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there, boys and girls. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Watch more videos like this in the future. Remember to hit the like button on your way out if you haven't already. That helps me and helps the channel. Join us over on Discord. We got a really fun community over there. A lot of good people. A lot of questions getting asked and answered. And hope to see you over there. Thank you all. And I will see you